Welcome to today's videos. Today we are going to discuss about the common myths and beliefs about IELTS test which are actually untrue. Okay, let's see what are they. There are 10 myths about the IELTS test commonly people actually believes which are not true. First misconception is the IELTS test is more difficult than other English tests. No, absolutely not. The IELTS test is not necessarily any more difficult than other tests, but all tests assess the same skills. But not all tests assess the same skills. The IELTS test will certainly challenge you because the training course you are considering will be tough too. Okay. The second misconception about IELTS is I can choose which module of the IELTS test I wish to take. Not quite. If you want to do a degree course, you must take an academic module. That means academic IELTS. The general training module is for diploma level courses or immigration purposes. But it is true that the IELTS test module you take is determined by the choices you make about your future. The third misconception is the IELTS tests are different in various parts of the world. No, there are many versions of the test, and at any given examination there may be a different version being given at a center. However, IELTS is a standardized global test. Number 4 is I can get a better score at some IELTS testing centers than at others. Absolutely not. IELTS officials use many means to ensure standardization of brand score throughout the world. Of course, it could be true that taking IELTS in an English-speaking country is beneficial, but only because you are being exposed to English every day. The number 5 misconception is I can only take the IELTS test a total of 3 times. Not true. You can take the IELTS test as many times as you want, but you must wait 3 months before you take the test again. This is the minimum time consideration necessary to improve upon your overall band score. Okay. Number 6 is I can successfully study for the test by myself. The author actually doesn't think so, that every student has his or her own particular study method. But to prepare effectively for the IELTS test, you should get professional advice from a tutor, either in a class or privately. You should also realize that general training course practice is useful in addition to a specialized IELTS course. The number 7 is to get a good result in the IELTS test, I should do as many practice tests as possible. Really? Achieving a satisfactory overall band score is the result of a number of strategies, not of just taking practice tests. And definitely, if you do a practice test, you must work out why you made each and every mistake. Otherwise, you are missing out on valuable learning time. Yes, it's true. If you are just giving exams and do not find what actually you are mistaking in your exams, and you are really wasting your time. Number 8 misconception is the listening test is the most difficult of the IELTS subtest. Many students believe that one particular subtest is more difficult than all the others. Of course, all they are really saying is that they need extra practice in their skill area. Sorry, it is a myth. So every part is equally important. If you just think that one part is easy than other and you just concentrate on more on that part, you are going to do a poor result in your IELTS score. Number 9 misconception is, if I don't think my score is accurate, there is nothing I can do about it. If you have received a band score, that is clearly an error. You have the right to have your test papers and speaking assessment re-evaluated. That means you can re-examine your papers. Okay, no worries. But remember that this process costs extra, and the second side of band score is official, even if one or more of this score is lower than before. So before you challenge, think twice, because if you get less result than your present, that less one is going to be your official one. So for the second time with costs. Okay, so think twice again and again before challenge. The last misconception is, if I get a good score, I can use it as proof of my ability at any time in the future. No. There is a time limit on the usefulness of the test report form which you receive after having taken the IELTS test. The period is about 2 years, provided you can prove that you have maintained your English. So what have you learned? Your test, after you got the band score, your result will be valid for the next 2 years. After that, you have to sit again for the IELTS test. So it is a temporary test certificates. Thank you. Give me suggestion for the next videos, and if you find there are more misconceptions and anything else, you can ask here or add a